Shaka, let's talk about Luke Shaw at Manchester United, because the return to form, he's always been a decent player, but a lot of people have written him off. He's really turned things around, hasn't he? Improved his doubters wrong.
You're
not the only one
here.
Yeah,
I'm one of those that thought he came from Manchester United to rediscover his best form. So I stand corrected on that. Carry on.
Why has he done it? How has he done it?
I'm not sure. I really am not. And as I look at Luke Shaw and how he's turned his career around at Manchester United, it's hard to pinpoint what it is or why it is. Let me just tell one story about my own personal experience. I joined Newcastle United 1995, young goalkeeper, and struggled in the early part to really find my own grounding, playing at a club like Newcastle with the expectation that came with Newcastle at the time. And then my eldest daughter fell ill. And all of a sudden, through that kind of nothing serious, but she was in hospital. And through that personal experience, I began to recognize what was important and where football fell into my own life in terms of its importance and what it meant to me. And all of a sudden, the lows were nowhere near as low and the highs were nowhere near as high in footballing terms. And I don't know Luke Shaw's personal story, whether he had any personal experiences. And in all honesty, I do not want to know. Luke Shaw's personal life is his own. But when I see a turnaround like Luke Shaw experienced at the same club, not a change of environment or a change of manager or coach or anything of the sort, I can't help but think of my experiences and wonder if that is why we are seeing this version of Luke Shaw. All of a sudden, for whatever reason it may be, the lows are nowhere near as low, the highs are nowhere near as high, and he is playing his most consistent and I would say his best football since outside maybe his early arrival at Manchester United.
Because he really looks like he's enjoying himself, Shaka.
He does. He really does. He's enjoying his football. And listen, for all the praise that we can heap on Manchester United, sitting second in the table, and I know now is probably not a good time to be discussing, some of those successes given their exit from the cup. It's been a good season. If you're sitting in that dressing room, I think things have gone better than maybe you expected, especially after the start they had to the season. And he's enjoying it. And credit to him for that.
Shaq, you and I over the last decade have commentated on many games together, and we've commentated on Alex Telles a few times. And when he joined Manchester United, I really thought that was a super piece of the jigsaw, and I thought he would get the starting left-back jersey. Is he one of the reasons why Luke Shaw is playing so well? Because he now knows if Luke Shaw doesn't play well, he's not going to be in the team.
Listen, Luke Shaw knows that all along. You go to a club like Manchester United, you know that if you aren't at your best week in, week out, there'll be somebody there to take your spot. It's not necessarily the arrival of one person or one other person, regardless of who that name is and how much it costs. At a club like Manchester United, you do not take your position for granted.
Finally, Luke Shaw played in a World Cup as a teenager. So it was a kind of zoom right up to the top quickly, and then there was bumps in the road. If you were to pick your starting 11 now for England's first game at the Euros, who's your starting left back?
I don't know. That's the least of my concerns.
Play the game. Is it Luke Shaw?
What are the choices? Well, Luke Shaw is in with a shout, but I'll be honest with you, Mark. I don't give England's starting lineup any thought. Do
Gareth
you?
South.
Do
Yeah,
you?
Gareth.
Do you, the resident Scotsman, give England's
Yeah,
starting 11 much thought?
yeah. I'm just reading that Gareth Southgate has stood down, replaced by Shaka Hislop. So you better start watching him and Chilwell and various others. But he's got to be in with a shout, is he not, of starting?
Yeah.
Even although you're not deciding who's going to be the left back because you're not playing the same games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, he's in with a shout because of how good and how consistent he's been. And then you look at the other likely contenders. You mentioned Chilwell, Chelsea playing with a back three, and Chilwell pushing a little bit higher up. Does Gareth Southgate take that into consideration when he's deciding who is starting left back? Is it dependent on not just form but formation, club formation that whoever his players vying for are. But those are entirely Gareth Southgate's decisions. And listen, as much as you may want me to play the game, I give England's starting 11 absolutely no thought. I ain't playing that game.
I can, because we've got them in the group. Where are Trinidad in the Euros, eh? Hislop,
Well,
eh?
we have we've got a tough game coming up against Guyana in the Dominican Republic this week.
Good luck with that, Shaq.
Luke Shaw could make our starting 11,
But
in whatever position he wants.
Yeah. Thank you, Shaka.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.